YP is...
YP is...
YP is...
YP is belonging.
YP is opportunity.
YP is
the future.
YP is fun.
YP is community.
Impactful.
Inspiration.
Trailblazing.
YP didn't just happen. It took a lot of planning and thinking and visioning for a group of about 10 of us to decide what would be the best YP for us as individuals and for this community. We were really intent on making sure it lasts, and we spent hours trying to figure out how to make it a structure that would last for many years. So we're super proud that it's 10 years now.
I first heard about YP when they were hosting their big kickoff event at the Plaza Towers, and I remember thinking, hallelujah, we've got a group of people who are like me. I didn't know there were other people like me.
I think that in the beginning we were hoping for 50 members. 100 who showed up the first night was pretty exhilarating. But we just thought if we could keep a steady stream of activities going on, people would continue to come. I think that when we were sitting in the basement of someone's house talking about this, we weren't sure that anyone would show up. And they did.
YP was an evolution of excitement because we just kept coming up with these ideas and then finding people who were willing to invest in them and created successes beyond what I think any of us could have imagined.
I first heard about YP when I was still living in South Carolina, and I was thinking about moving back to Hutchinson, my hometown, and I was thinking about what were the opportunities for me to be able to feel connected to my community in a different way, because when I left at 20, I knew things were going to be pretty different, and I liked what I saw from the website, from the Facebook page, and I knew that if/when I was going to move back, I would want to get involved with YP.
The first time I heard about YP was from a former employer. He asked me to get connected in the community and to help network the business.
I first heard about YP when we knew we were moving to Hutchinson but didn't know anyone in town, and so I wanted a place where I could feel connected to the community as quickly as possible and feel like I had a place here.
I felt connected very quickly. A few meetings and had made some friends and was looking forward to being part of the group.
I started out as just a mingler, and Mandy Swisher actually invited me to the Connections team, which at that period in time, I really wasn't thinking about the Connections team. I didn't think that I could do it. I thought that that was for people more professional or for people that were better leaders than me. And if she hadn't invited me, I probably wouldn't have taken that leap, and I don't know where I would be now without the Connections team and without young professionals providing me a place to grow my leadership skills.
When I think of young professionals of Reno County, I am most proud of the influence that we have within our generation.
I'm proud that YP gives young people a place in this community, but also gives them a collective voice on important issues that are going on.
I love that YP now has a voice in our community. That when there's a new initiative or a change that they want to make, people now ask, well, what would the YP say?
The people, the group, definitely forward thinkers, definitely individuals at a young age that want to get involved in the community and care about the community, and so most certainly the people.
I think with YP, what makes me most proud is that we're an all-volunteer organization and that people on the action teams, on advisory council, willingly show up every month to make this organization what it is.
I think YP is the perfect first step for someone.
My advice to somebody who hasn't fully engaged yet is to just do it.
I would advise someone who doesn't feel fully engaged in YP to become further involved in our action teams. That's a great way to get to know people and make more connections with our YP members, and also to really feel like you're giving back to our community and becoming involved in the organization.
YP can be what you want it to be, but it can't be anything if you don't show up.
Young Professionals is really about connections, and I think that over the past 10 years you can see that happen in so many different people's lives. To me, as I sit back and see people who I interacted with in my first days of YP and what they're doing now is really incredible. And I think that there was a foundation that was laid for them in young professionals.
In the first 10 years, the most important thing YP has done for Reno County is build a community of like-minded people.
The most important thing YP has done for Reno County in its first 10 years is challenge our community to think differently. That's what this organization does internally, and that's what we want for our community. We want a better place for us and for the generation that comes behind us.
We are the leaders in the future of Reno County.
When YP turns 20, I hope it's still a vibrant and active group. I hope that when a new professional moves to town, the first thing their coworkers tell them is to get involved with YP.
When YP turns 20, I hope that there's an entirely new crop of leadership that has taken this organization in a direction that works best for them.
My hope is that YP will be bigger and better than it is now.
I hope that YP continues to be a really respected organization in the community.
My hope for YP at the end of its 20th year is that employers in Reno County continue to see the value of having their employees as a part of this organization.
My hope for young professionals when it turns 20 is that it is still a thriving, sustainable organization so that my children can be involved and help grow the community.
10 years from now, I hope YP is still thriving and bringing new people in and including them and helping them feel connected and like they belong to this community.
The most important thing YP has done for Reno County is to be here. And I think there's so many wonderful things that have come from this 10-year organization, but that's not enough. Now here we are at 10 years, and while it's fantastic to celebrate our success, everyone in this room has to now move forward to think about what are the next 10 years and what risks and ideas are we going to push forward in order to ensure that over the next 10 years we're relevant and we're something people want to be involved in. The work we did from the early days got us here, but now we've got to continue to propel things forward, and that's going to take a new infusion of ideas, investment of time and talent, and a willingness to identify those needs and push forward, because it is risky.
YP changed my life here, it changed my perception of living in Hutchinson, and it made me want to stay here. That's the biggest deal to me personally, that I love being in Hutchinson.